get going.
Yeah.
I'll make it worth your time.
Okay.
First of all, you guys were eliminated from the postseason last night by the Hawks winning. I guess what's your reaction to that, and especially just the trajectory of this year? I'm sure you didn't expect this after the 10-3 start.
Yeah, we didn't, but we're not dummies. We have an ESPN app, so we can look and see kind of where we are. And, I kind of saw the writing on the wall a little bit, and I knew a lot of it was out of our control. I mean, we could win every game and still not get in the playoffs, at a certain point. So it's really disappointing. And, but obviously there's nothing we can do to change it now. And so now it's about building good habits and building momentum into the off season and into next year. I think we're on the same page that we thought we had something really special going after that 10-3 start. But things obviously went sideways and for a number of different reasons. And, we are who we are right now.
What's Daniel Gafford like as a teammate, colleague, coworker?
Oh, he's the best, man. He's goofy. He's a little kid. He loves anime. And if you put it up anywhere near the rim, he's going to go get it. He's the best wide receiver you could ever ask for. So he's tough. He's strong. He really cares, really cares about winning and about playing the right way. And he's been one of my favorite teammates here for sure since I got here.
I saw a video earlier this season of when you guys went deep. It was a camera trained on Duncan Robinson. The amount of running he had to do just to get an open shot was incredible, and it went viral.
Yeah, I saw the video.
Yeah, that's probably you on every single play, right? I mean, what's it like getting open in the NBA and doing that, and then just over and over?
Yeah, well, first of all, I mean that's a learned skill. I mean, moving without the ball is a learned skill, and Duncan has pretty much mastered it. He's able to create shots for himself just by being in the best shape possible. And then he has, teammates who understand where he is on the floor and can get him open. And it was an incredible video to watch, but, it inspired me, honestly, because that's the level I want to be at. That's what I want to do. And it's going to take, a lot of time and a learning curve for me to get there. But, I'm kind of a mini version of that right now. I run a ton. I'm in great shape. But that video, especially that was captured on our court side was really special. And, to see the kind of control and, confidence he has when he's moving that fast, it just looked like a normal shot. So there's just a bunch of little things you can pick apart about that video that are really special. And that's why Duncan is one of the best shooters in the league.
You think that's something that people don't realize about how difficult it is just to find some daylight in the day? Is that something that maybe dawned on you once you got here, where it's like, wow, this is just even an inch? So
yeah, totally. I mean, going in, you think, okay, well, the line's further back, and I played against some athletic guys in college, so how hard can it be? But when you get here, you do truly realize that everybody is elite, like truly elite at what they do, and that includes defense. And so to find daylight and to not only find that daylight but hit the shot is extremely difficult. And so I think that's kind of like what a little bit of an armchair quarterback view from fans to think about. Guys are going through slumps, so they suck. Like, no, it's just really, really difficult. And that go back to the video with Duncan, like that just highlights it perfectly.
You mentioned wanting to improve your mobility and flexibility this summer. What do you have in mind to do that? Is it like yoga or?
Yeah, well, the thing that's on my top of my head is hot yoga. Whether that's going to the studio or I will be in Phoenix, so I can just go outside and do it. But yeah, I mean, it's been a challenge of mine my whole basketball career to be flexible, and thankfully I've stayed away from injuries, but it's only going to help me move better. So I'm willing to kind of try and exhaust all avenues and really see what works for me.
You mentioned earlier this year just the complexity and kind of science of shooting. How does that evolve for you now that you're a professional and you can focus on it all the time? And are there any analytics or numbers that you pay attention to?
Yeah, well, yeah, it ain't no hobby anymore for me. It's what I do. So I'd be doing a disservice to myself and my career to not focus on it 100%. As far as analytics go, it's less about numbers for me and more about how it feels and how it looks. So watching film and just getting reps up and, little things like, how it feels coming off of my hand or how it sounds going through the net. Or if I miss how hard it comes off of the rim, like those things kind of clue me in a little bit to how I'm doing and how close I am to getting it right.
You put on Instagram that you went golfing. I know you're like a big golfer.
Yeah.
I'm curious, is that something that like helps you unwind away from basketball, or is it something that you take very seriously? Because I know golf can be frustrating.
Yeah, it's both. I mean, I'm a borderline addict, and it's something that I plan on doing very seriously for the rest of my life. I love playing golf and I love playing golf well. So it is really frustrating when you don't, but on the same turn, on the same, hand, like none of us that don't play professionally are good enough to actually get frustrated. Like we just don't practice enough. We don't play enough. So I try to take it with a grain of salt, but I'm very competitive. But it's also kind of it's time to get outside, get some fresh air, some sunshine, keep your mental edge sharp, kind of work different muscles, but compete in a different way. And I think that's why a lot of basketball players and athletes in general love the game of golf.
What motivates you in the game of basketball? And like, when did that develop?
Yeah. A lot of it is like a pursuit of perfection. Like I'm just kind of a perfectionist and I know I'll never get there, but never being like I'm never satisfied with just good enough. And I always know that there's an extra step to take. And in my career and in basketball in general, like there really isn't a finish line. And that can be really discouraging at some points, but that can be really exciting as well. Like there's just no limit to how good you can be. And that's what I love to do. I just love to work and work hard and struggle and then hopefully see the fruits of my labor, a little bit down the road. Like doing that process over and over again and making a daily habit is gives me life.
We'll go to Zoom now. We'll start with Neil.
Hey, Corey, for you and just the minutes between, college and the NBA, last 3 games you played 41, 34, 36 minutes. I guess how has that adjustment been like for you?
Yeah, well, I'm tired. I get tired at the end of those games. It's a lot of minutes to play. But at the end of the day, that's my job. It's what I'm supposed to do is play those minutes. And I'm not going to complain about it either. There was a point of time this year where I was, sitting for 3 or 4 games in a row. So I am so happy to be stuck with that problem and to be play all those minutes. I wouldn't have it any other way, but obviously it's a big difference and a big jump from the NBA to college, or from the college to the NBA, just the pace of the game, the minutes, how intense you're working. And there's things that I've learned and I can do to kind of manage that, but I'd rather just kind of play 100% and figure it out later.
Thanks, Corey.
Josh.
Corey, you're almost not a rookie anymore, as you know. If you were to, let's just fast forward and say that next year a rookie asked you for your advice, what do you think you'd give to him as to how to navigate a rookie season?
Yeah, Josh, you always ask the deep questions, man.
Not so much, you know better.
I would just say that you always got to see the bigger picture. That's kind of something that I had to remind myself for stretches of time during this year when things weren't going well in the moment. Like always see the bigger picture, look at how far you've come and where you are now and how much better you are. Think about where you want your career to be in 2 or 3 years and how you fit into the team 2 or 3 years from now. Because there are 5-game stretches all the time that happen in the NBA where things don't go your way and it's easy to kind of, drag yourself down about it. But if you see the bigger picture and you constantly are kind of zooming out, it makes those, tough times easier, and it makes you excited to kind of get back to work and continue to grow.
Were there times when even for you, there was a temptation to lose sight of the bigger picture?
Absolutely. Yeah. Multiple occasions this year. And that's why this league's so great. You play so many games and the season goes on for so long. So it gives you a really good opportunity to kind of sharpen your mental toughness on multiple points.
Thank you.
Last question to Christos. Christos.
Christos.
I think that's it then, Corey. Thank you.
I got to